take a second here to transition into our intro for week 2. And what do we have coming up?
So week 2, we dive deep into the theme of casting off the spirit of the world. So we all know that we've been influenced by the spirit of the world, meaning that our attachments to the world, the way that we, live our life in disordered ways that keep us really from entering into an more intimate relationship with God the Father. So this week we're going to be taking a look at what are the ways, the attachments that I have, the vices that I may be struggling with or that exist in the world that I encounter versus the virtues that I'm called to live. It's called how I'm called to be a saint, how I'm called to live a virtuous life. And in a particular way, it has that theme of Saint Joseph. So how does Saint Joseph live those virtues? His life modeled for us the virtues, but taking an honest look really at those vices and what we struggle with as fallen human beings.
Yeah, I mean, the world being what it is, like there's never been a perfect culture or a perfect time in history to be alive and to try to follow the Lord. Thank God that we live in a time where we're free to follow him and where he was born before us. So we've got all the books, we've got the story, and yet there's so many things in the world that are still obstacles the world's always kind of producing these obstacles. So what we're casting off is not to say like that the world in and of itself is evil or to say that creation is evil. It's to say that this is a place where fallenness exists, right? And so to stop agreeing with patterns of dysfunction and cast them off to more fully embrace the spirit of God rather than the world.
And I would just kind of encourage you this week, like as we're talking about and reflecting on those vices, we're in the season of Lent. So it's a really good opportunity to have that self-reflection of where in these vices do I struggle? Do I struggle with envy? Do I struggle with anger? With lust, with gluttony, with sloth, with greed, with pride? Where are those places? Sort of making this week an examination of conscience.
Isn't it handy that there's 7 days in a week and there's 7 capital sins, vices, and 7 capital virtues?
Like there's a plan or something.
The Lord knows what he's doing. I think this is working out well for us in this setup. So we hope that our recap of week 1 was helpful for you. That hopefully it's giving you like some traction and some ways of being able to help guide your own dialogue. If you have somebody to talk about all these things with, maybe some friends or family that are reading this book, get them involved. It's not too late, and we can all walk a little bit closer towards May 1st when we'll finish our preparation and actually make this consecration together. Really looking forward to continuing the journey together with you. And we hope that you'll drop back by next week to catch our wrap up on week 2, and we'll introduce week 3.
Thanks, Father.
You bet. God bless you guys.
God bless
Have a good
you.
week.